Kartik, interestingly also, while we're talking about AI, the big tech platforms, both, I'm saying traditional, but whether it's Google or ChatGPT, OpenAI, Anthropic, they have essentially become these big-time advertisers in India. We're seeing them all over cricket. They fill that gap beautifully left by the gaming companies after the laws came in. What are they doing? How much are they spending? What's going on?
Oh, they're spending a lot, that I can tell you. You spoke of Google, spoke of OpenAI. While I can't, OpenAI is a client for us, so while I can't disclose the numbers, I think they are doing, the real reason is there's a huge market for them to, think of how to expand. And India is a very big market. As you know, Sam Altman was in India recently, and India is a pivotal market for OpenAI specifically. Google has been, of course, spending in this market for a very long time with all the new services, and they're tapping into television. And this is a good point to note that a global digital companies all still believes and they know none of these companies are going to spend if there is no evidence of even linear TV working. So that's a message out there for everyone that all the mediums are still important in a market like India. And that's what they are tapping into. Television, we are doing a show now on television. It still has its reach and its following. And that extends for other things of whatever Google and OpenAI is doing.
Yeah. Again, it's not even in the media mix. It's not a versus
it's
story,
not a versus.
Right? It's
absolutely.
It's
an and.
Exactly.
An and.
Quick question, Tony. Just your view, APAC view on the big tech platforms. From the client perspective as well, what's going on, and what do you see happening maybe in a few years? I mean, are you seeing a similar thing play out in other markets in Asia Pacific?
Yeah, we are absolutely. The thing I'd say for APAC is the proliferation of platforms and technology, certainly in our world, is far greater. And you could take e-commerce as a litmus test for that. Whereas certain clients are very dominant in other regions, it's a lot more fragmentation. Again, makes it more interesting for us here in terms of what we need to deliver for clients and how we build capability that extends across, 10, 15, 20 different platforms, right? But I think that proliferation will continue. There's still some very dominant players, and you've got the big three, right? And Google, Meta, and ByteDance, still outside of India, of course, but still dominate in large pockets of Asia Pacific. But 5 years ago, 6 years ago, it was 2. Now it's 3. I'm sure there will be a 4th, and we saw this in China. For years, it was Baidu, Alibaba, and Tencent. Now that's extended out to 5, 6, 7. So I think you're only going to see more. I think OpenAI presents a lot of interesting opportunities in the way that search will pivot as well longer term, in the way that brands are surfaced, and we're building products to help solve for that. But yeah, I think there'll be a lot more disruption to come, and a lot more tech platforms.